Hello, hi everyone. Hello, loved ones, new subscribers, followers, new followers. Welcome to the page. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. I'm all about encouragement and empowerment. So thank you for choosing me to inspire you. I'm so grateful to be able to do that for you. Today, I'm going to be talking about, we're going to be doing a book review on naked magic and marijuana. You know, I've been knowing about this for years, but it's such a taboo topic. You know, a lot of spiritualists don't like to get into it. And I've heard this being used a lot, using ethnogens or using plants it's a crutch or whatever, and that couldn't be so far from the truth because ethnogens are not if you're using it the way you're supposed to use it, they can be wise teachers and shamans. They can lead you on your journey. That is one of the reasons that started my spiritual journey, my relationship with plant, my relationship with ethnogens changed the way I looked at my spirituality. So, and it's been known for ages, but I'm going to give a book review on Naked Magick and Marijuana by Micheal Coltrane. This is a very good book. Very good book. I love this book. It really confirmed a lot of things about what I was already doing, how I was already, experimenting with cannabis. But let me dive into it. This is a really good book for those of you that are practicing magic or you want to beef up your mental power, because that's what magic is all about, is making those intentions stronger. So you really have to have a strong mind and be able to concentrate when you're doing, even if you're doing Reiki, even if you're doing, because you got to be able to imagine, you got to be able to hold the thought in your mind for as long and as strong as you can. That's what magic is all about. So most of this, what this spiritual path is all about, is strengthening your mind, is expanding your consciousness, to be able to see things from different perspectives, to be able to focus on your thoughts, especially positive thoughts, because when you find out that you're creating your reality, you're really going to start experimenting with your consciousness, and plants help you do that as well. So it's a way to expand your consciousness and leap forward and begin to understand things that you didn't think you understood at first. You didn't understand, you read it, but you didn't really comprehend it. And what ethnogens and plants do, they actually expand your consciousness. And then when you go back and read it or go back and review it again, it makes so much sense because it broadens your perspective. I know a lot about this subject. Please check out the Facebook services. I run an online Facebook page. So go check out our services, because I'm giving a course on this. So if you're interested in an in-deep course, because it's going to be deep, and I'm only selecting 10 people for this course, and I'm going to, you're going to have to fill out a questionnaire to be able to qualify for the course. So I'm not just selecting anyone. There's a questionnaire. There is a screening going on to the 10 people that I will take on this course. Okay. Most of it is self-paced. So if you're interested in it, go inbox me at my Facebook page, or you can inbox me here. Just leave your email address, and I will send you a questionnaire. And again, if you're not selected, I'm doing screening. I'm just not selecting anyone. So you have to qualify to take this course. And the name of this book, let me say it again, Naked Magick and Marijuana by Micheal Coltrane. Really good book. And for those of you that are working magic and you're trying to make your mind stronger because you want your magic to be powerful, it will amplify your work. And this is what he says in the first chapter. I'm going to read the first page on the first chapter. It says, are you a solo practitioner of magic or someone who aspires to be one? Would you like to increase what you desire and reduce or remove what you don't want? Can you imagine yourself as an effective magician? One who creates more health, wealth, and happiness in your life. One who dispels negative beliefs and patterns. One who expands your levels of consciousness and your capacity to serve self, others, and the community. Do you smoke marijuana, or are you considering it? Are you interested in learning how you can combine marijuana with your magical operation to amplify their power and effectiveness? So he dives right in here telling you about marijuana. Okay? It says, and so you're reading the right book. The focus of this work is how to conjure and use magical operations assisted by the spirit of marijuana to increase probability of getting what you hope to gain. Really juicy book. I love this book. I mean, he goes right into it. It's a very small book. I think this book is probably, I read this book really quick, but it's 140 some pages. Yeah, 100 and maybe 140 pages. Really good book. He packs it with information. It confirms so much. And he says what this book is not about. This book focuses on the magical use of cannabis. I won't be discussing the recreational use of marijuana, nor will I offer information or advice on how to grow it. I'm also not going to focus on such a historical patterns of marijuana usage or dwell on the legalization issues. Please don't even get me started. However intriguing and useful it may be, I will not be reviewing the widely reported physical and psychological benefits of cannabis or its many wonderful medical applications. If you're interested in learning more about these applications of cannabis, information can easily be found online, as well as some of the sources listed in the references and resources section at the end of this book. It is also not the purpose of this book to describe or discuss any of the other well-known psychoactive substances such as ayahuasca, DMT, flying agaric mushrooms, ketamine, LSD, opium, peyote. I can't even say this other word. I'm going to try to say it. Psilocybin, salvia. For those interested in exploring these substances, a good starting point is, and he gives you a website. Personally, I believe all of the above topics are worthy of discussion. They're just not the topic of this book. The sole topic of this book is how to enter into a friendship with the spirit of marijuana in such a way as to increase the effectiveness of your magical operations. Hopefully this is exactly what you are looking for. So he goes into talking about why he gets into it. Let me read this first when he talks about the bottom line. He said, if you're willing to carefully explore, contemplate the concepts presented here, and if you take the time to open-mindedly experiment with the suggested practices, then by the time you finish this book, I believe you will, at the very least, enjoy a more informed, intimate relationship with the spirit of marijuana. But why would you want an intimate relationship with the spirit of marijuana? Because this spirit is a powerful and hearty teacher, and it is. It has taught me so many things. And I've also, if you haven't read my book, Cannabis Shamanism, please go get that book because I talk about it because it really started me on my shamanic journey when I really started to explore the benefits of the plant. You know, I know, and this is a very taboo topic. You know, and most shamans, we stay hidden because of this fact. A lot of shamans don't come, you know, are hidden, and they have all these spiritual talents, but they can't come out because society is not ready to grasp some of these truths. They're not ready for that. So a lot of us have to stay hidden. This teacher plant first evolved on Earth approximately 50,000 years ago and can grow in almost any climate and has since spread its seeds around the globe. This spirit is known as a potent amplifier of intention. Let me spell it out for you. And he goes out to talk about one of the benefits. The energy that powers your magical work is your individual conscious awareness supported by the collective field of consciousness. The spirit of marijuana is another expression of the collective field of consciousness. 1 + 1 = 2. This is power in numbers. Magic is powered by your consciousness. Consciousness is awareness. Marijuana helps to expand your awareness, which in turn increases your magical power. So he goes on, he goes all into it. And he was just right on target with everything. Like I said, this is a really good book. Let me read another section in the book that I liked. Oh, I like this too, what he says here. Magicians are self-made, not born. You become a magician by intending to be a magician, by believing you are a magician, and by behaving like a magician. So he really gets into it. It was another part of this book that I wanted to get into. Please bear with me. Because I got little places marked all in this book because it's so juicy. It's so interesting and juicy. Oh, yeah, when he goes into the background check. Yeah, odd facts known by a few. And this is chapter 3 in the book. And when I started doing this, like I said, he confirmed a lot of things that I had already researched about the plant. I wanted to know a lot of things about myself with this plant. And society was not accepting it. They just weren't having, this plant, and I didn't see why, especially with my experience with experimenting with the plant. Marijuana, also known as cannabis, hemp, pot, reefer, and approximately 200 other slang terms, has been around since prehistory. For thousands of years, people from all over the planet have used marijuana for variety of industrial, medicinal, nutritional, recreational, shamanic, and spiritual purposes. Some of the more interesting historical uses include food, medicine, clothing, housing, shoes, rope, paper, oil, bird seeds, nets, beer, and boat sails. So it was used for for everything. It's that nothing that the plant couldn't be used for. So it's very interesting to know. A background check. The first recorded use of marijuana for medicinal purposes was in 2727 BC. Where he just goes on to name a whole bunch of facts. He goes on to name a whole bunch of facts in here. He talks about it in religion as well. Here you go. Historical use of ethnogens. Describing the historical recognition of marijuana as ethnogen, Potter and Joy in 1998 added the tradition of the using of cannabis as an ethnogen stretches back thousands of years in India. Cannabis is associated with the Hindu god Shiva. Did you hear that? Okay, so you do your research on that and you'll find that out. Schultz Hoffman, Ratch, 2001, provided this additional background information. Tradition in India maintains that the gods sent man the hemp plant so he might attain delight and have heightened sexual desires. The partnership of cannabis and man has existed now probably for 10,000 years since the discovery of agriculture in the old world. That's very interesting, to know. It seems that humans have long considered psychoactive plants as teachers capable of enhancing perception, thinking, and healing. My argument is that they can also enhance your effectiveness of practical results oriented magician. Okay? It's like I said, this is a really juicy book. I recommend it for you guys that's trying to use magic and trying to intensify your magic and really focus on your magic. But if you have not done this before and you are not experienced, and there's for those of you that just get paranoid and freak out, you probably don't need to do it. These are for those that is familiar with it, probably practicing with it, and can pretty much use it. And a little bit goes a long ways with cannabis. But this is a really good book. Points and practices. He talks about the spirit of marijuana with this estimated 50 million years of planetary experience can be powerful ally when conducting magical work if approached with the respect and used, not abused, with focus and discipline intent. See, that is the key point right there. Focus and discipline intent. So you have to be disciplined too if you're going to be implementing cannabis in your magical working. It doesn't take a lot because you can go overboard. You can't overdo it, and then you won't enjoy the spiritual benefits from it. That's why I said a little bit goes a long way, because the intention is to feel and communicate with the plant, not to be unconscious, because you can. That's how most people, get a bad, what you call, AKA a bad trip, because they go overboard with it when a little bit goes a long ways. Okay, you're just trying to expand your mind. You're not trying to, basically get high. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting the medicinal or spiritual benefits from the plant by going overboard with it. So, that's why I say you have to do it the right way. So if you haven't, if you haven't been exposed, to it, don't do it, and if you don't have discipline, in using the plant and you abuse the plant and you're smoking all day, every day, you get up smoking, you just smoke all day long, and you don't have days when you don't smoke, and you don't have any discipline, I wouldn't recommend it, because you may not get anything out of the plant if you don't have any discipline. That's just my personal opinion, and there's others that have the same opinion as well. So if you're not experienced and you haven't been meditating or anything like that, I don't recommend the book for you. But if you have, and I have to express that because some people will try it and then, say it doesn't work, or, they don't know what they're doing. So you do have to be experienced or be familiarized with the plant. I do recommend it. Marijuana is an entheogen and a teacher plant, a plant that can facilitate your magical work. An entheogen, meaning able to generate the divine within, is a psychoactive substance capable of creating a significant and spiritually oriented altered state of consciousness. And that's the goal there. That's the goal with meditation as well, is to experience an altered state of consciousness where you can see your true self. And cannabis certainly helps you do that. I recommend this book. Like I said, it's a really good, juicy book. I recommend it. And this is a taboo subject because most spiritualists, they don't get into this. And like I say, there's a many of shamans out there, but the way society is, a lot of us have to stay hidden. I stay hidden for a long time. I stay hidden for a long time. And I just feel like the ancestors, are pushing me. My spirit guides are pushing me to talk about this taboo topic because it's one of my worst fears. And, I was feared because of the way society looks at it. And so the only way I can get over that fear is talking about the benefits of this entheogens or of plants in general, because cannabis is not the only plant. There's others out there, as you see him mentioned in this book. But I thank you so much for being here with me today, discussing this book, doing a book review on it. Light and love. May the ancestors be with you.